Hello.
What's up, Jara?
How are ya?
I'm
How
super
are
great.
your hair looks pretty.
Oh, thanks. So does yours.
It looks nice and shiny, like shampoo commercial. How was your
So
day?
I'm going to put the link in the chat in case anybody wants to join.
Yes, we'd like to discuss things hidden
Controversial.
in plain sight. In a fun way. I'd like to challenge everybody to have an open mind. Open
Yes.
mind.
Have fun with it.
Right. It doesn't have to be serious.
It doesn't.
And it can be interesting. Hi, Jen. Oh, I
Hi,
bet
Jen.
Jen knows all kinds of stuff on this
I bet
subject. I
she
don't know
does.
why. I just bet she does.
Yep. She knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. So we want to talk about like movies and stuff like that, where they have like hidden messages and meanings. It was inspired by my recent watching of Guardians of the Galaxy, the latest movie. Yeah, that movie is different. It's quite different.
So she noticed some things in the Guardians of the Galaxy that were, a little bit wicked or a little bit just, it had undertones or under meanings, subliminal messages, if you will, that were linked to like crazy shit, basically.
Right. Hi,
So she was
Jen.
talking
Thanks,
about
Jen.
that. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for, yeah, we are styling. We're styling and profiling.
Thank you. Yes, have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy, Jen, the latest movie? Or have you seen any of them? Well, the latest one was way different than all the other ones, but
Yeah, I cried.
yeah, I can't believe you forgot about the flesh, though.
I know. Well, I was just so preoccupied with the rocket dying. Like it just,
Right.
I can handle it.
I'm like,
But
but the flesh,
it,
though,
we
and it's
like
like, oh, she's
started
seen all of
noticing
them.
things. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
so
started
the
noticing
whole
things
flesh thing, I don't get the flesh thing. So,
at the very beginning.
um, right. Well, like the whole planet, like just that concept, I don't get why. And I thought maybe there was something behind it, so I kind of looked it up to see if there was like, I don't know if there was something behind that, because a lot of comic stuff, they try to stick with like the original comics. So I thought maybe it was just something I'd never heard of about in the comic history or something, or I don't know. But no, it's not. It's just like the director guy thought it was a good idea. I guess I don't know. I think it's weird to go to flesh. I think that how the animals were like parted, they were sewn
Part
together with
material.
other things and part metal, and the people were wearing suits that were part metal. I think they're trying to get people to get used to like seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I do. I think they're trying to kind of get people used to the idea of AI integration, or having parts attached to us. I do. I think that, that's if they can get people to kind of get comfortable with that idea, then it's going to be a lot easier to chip people. So, yeah, that,
Yeah. So we all know about the Disney ones, right? Like on the Little Mermaid, the um the front cover of the Little Mermaid, the original front cover of the Little Mermaid has a phallic symbol on it as part of the castle. And in The Lion King, there's some stars or some kind of wisp that goes up that spells out sex.
oh, also in the Little Mermaid, I just read this a little bit ago. I guess in the scene where the sea witch is marrying the prince at
Mm-hmm.
the end, I guess the priest has an erection.
A boner.
Yeah.
You can say it, boner. I'm just kidding.
And they said that it was like just a funny angle, maybe that his knees or something.
That's not his knee.
Right.
Is
And
that
then
what we're calling him these days?
I also read in that scene at the beginning where Ariel, where all the sisters are singing, that in the audience, Mickey Mouse is in the audience and Kermit the Frog,
Really?
and that's what it said. I read that on. Let me see if I still have it up.
Oh, that's
Uh,
neat.
Yeah. And that in another, there was another, oh, and in the wedding scene, that the king and somebody else from another Disney movie are in the audience of the wedding, I guess. That's not really anything hidden necessarily, but
What else was there? There's some of the old cartoons, like back in the day cartoons before like we were born, like some of the old cartoons have some um pretty hairy stuff in there, like where it's really borderline on like racist, and some of it is like really sexual.
right. Oh, so here's one too. Dang it, hang on. Sorry guys, I just let me okay, so I guess on Willy Wonka, the original movie, on the wallpaper, I guess the wallpaper was oh, hang on, sorry. It was Wang flavored wallpaper. Uh wait, what?
What? What is it? Oh, like dingleberries or schnozzleberries or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. What is it? What are
um,
schnozzleberries, or what does it say? Just
okay.
say it. Let's chat it out.
Yeah, it's like his like doll like well it's okay, so it says um it's like condoms filled with old
Ooh.
men's stuff.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. um,
Yes. So okay, so we won't go that we won't talk
we
about that one.
won't.
I don't even know.
Well, we get the drift. We
Um
get the drift. She said
so the
balls,
next
and
one was oh, The Shining, I guess, had a lot of subliminal stuff in it. And I
it
guess
does.
at like exactly 66 minutes and 6 seconds in the film, it cuts to an image of the devilish Lloyd, the bartender, cuts from the image of him to a shot of Jack taking his first drink, a drink he said he'd give his goddamn soul for a few minutes just prior to that. So I don't know why that is like a thing, but I guess it's a thing. Oh, there was an FU on the bottom of a shoe in Quentin Tarantino movie, but that's funny. I think
But
that's
yeah,
just
that's
funny.
not bad. So yeah,
Um,
Ren and Stimpy had a lot of crazy stuff in it too, like Muddy Mud Skipper is a piece of poop. Wasn't he a piece of poop, Muddy Mud Skipper?
oh, really?
Yeah, and oh well, South Park had. Wait, was it South Park had Mr. Doo or something like that on a stick, or Mr. Poopy?
The Rescuers, there was a hidden sexy window, I guess, and then also
Yep, there's like a little red light special going on right there.
right, and then on Jessica Rabbit, she's her woohoo was exposed for a minute when she
Did
spread her,
it?
yeah, and
Oh,
it was drawn in there. um,
uh-uh.
and yeah, and then I guess there's a whole bunch of stuff in Eyes Wide Shut, which I believe that would be, yeah, I could
That
see
was
where
like
that
a
would
dirty
be.
movie, right? I'm not really sure. I never watched it.
That was I haven't I think it was, yeah, because it's oh, it was that dirty movie. I was
Yeah.
thinking it was that other Tom Cruise movie, or that one that's with the mask, Vanilla Sky or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was
That
kind of
movie's
weird
weird.
too. It wasn't that dirty, but it was kind of weird though too. So let me
So
show you.
another thing that we were talking about. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
you
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna get it
Susie.
ready.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was telling Susie that I wondered, what movies had come out in 1973. I was just curious because I feel like a lot of times they try to introduce things in movies and stuff like that. Because that's the best way to get to people, right? Is through like entertainment and through the media, because that's what makes people feel like people, I guess, or something. So that's the best way to get to people. So I feel like they introduce things. So in 1973 there was a movie that came out called Soylent Green, and my aunt actually told me about this movie because she told me when she was a little girl that they were taught, and they had to read this book, and that they were taught about how the people, like it got to be where times were tough, and they started feeding people without telling them, and they were putting it in the food, and she thought it was a real thing because her teacher was telling them that this was going to happen. Her teacher told them this when she was in like 5th grade,
Oh
that
my
this was going
God.
to happen, right? And this movie came out in 1973. So my aunt thought that this is like happening now, and it's weird because I don't know that it's not happening in some fashion.
We don't really know that it's not
Right.
happening.
I believe it does happen. I believe that they put bugs in our food already, as fillers. I believe that they put all kinds of stuff in our food as fillers. So I believe that 1,000. Like, I'm sure of that.
I'm pretty sure they're lying to us about everything. So there's
certain.
nothing I wouldn't put past
Right.
them. So I
Right.
found this really crazy thing about Oreos. You guys, watch this. I'm going to take you out for a second. Let me find it again.
Okay.
What do I do with it? Okay, I see it. Okay, out.
What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to take you down a rabbit hole in a minute and a half. All right, so look, if you look on the screen, you're going to see the Oreo company, okay? Now, I know a lot of times we eat these and we don't really realize what we're eating and we don't look at it. But if we examine this, we're going to look at the stuff, the strange stuff on it, right? So if we zoom in right where it says Oreo, we're going to see it's a weird symbol. The symbol actually resembles the Leviathan cross, aka a satanic cross, right? So look at this, right? Look at it super close. And then this is a picture of the Oreo, and then this is a picture right here, hand in hand, so you can kind of see the resemblance. Now my question is, do you think that's a coincidence or not? But let's go a little bit deeper. So these other symbols right across of it, this is actually the Jerusalem cross of the Knights of Templar, and I'm gonna read what that is, right? So on this Jerusalem cross, the 5 wounds of Christ, that's what it represents, right? The smaller crosses represent the wounds of Christ's feet and hands. The larger central cross represents the wound inflicted by the soldier's feet. So here on this Oreo cookie, you have symbolism of satanic, and you also have godly symbolism, right? Why is that? Now we're gonna go a little bit deeper. Now, who owns Oreos, right? Now, if you do a search, and don't just take my word for it, y'all go behind me and do this. If you do a search, then and you Google who owns the Oreo company. It's a company called Mondelez International. And if you Google who owns them, then you're gonna realize that BlackRock owns them, aka the elite, right? So it's so much symbolism pushed in this. And then now you have to think, okay, why is it white and black for the Oreo? And then whenever you look at this picture right here, which is the Illuminati, you see duality. They always put symbolism in things hidden in plain sight. White, the good and bad, white and black represents the good versus the bad, the evil versus the good. And that's why you have the satanic cross, the same place that you have the Jerusalem cross. Tell me y'all thoughts. Am I reaching, or do y'all think I'm on to something? As always, I love y'all. God bless.
So what do you think about
something? Yeah.
He's reaching a little bit. Yeah, I think he's reaching a bit, but you never know.
I don't know. So like CERN, right? CERN's logo. Let me see if I can. I don't know how to.
Freaking CERN.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can send it to myself so I can put it up. But so CERN's logo is a 3 6s. I'm gonna describe CERN's logo to you in their words.
Okay.
And this is from the website. Our logo is made up of 2 components: the word CERN, which is the acronym derived from the organization's first official title, which is in French, and it's called. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I can actually read that, but I'm not gonna embarrass myself because I haven't spoken French in a long time. Okay, so it's just it's
we.
And then the interlaced rings is what it calls the 6s. Okay, there's 3 of them, and it says that it is they are simplified representation of the accelerator chain and the particle tracks. So are they telling us that the actual tracks of the particle accelerator is a 666. Is that what they're saying there? I think that's what they're saying there. And then it says these two components cannot be altered. No changes can be made to their positioning, scale, or typography. It is forbidden to separate them or to use them in another design. In order to preserve the strong impact of the logo, the rules for its use set out in this graphic charter must be rigorously implemented. To make the logo more versatile and flexible, two versions are available, the badge and the outline. Okay, so yeah, and the badge is like a blue square where the like letters are like white, and then or the outline logo, which is just the blue letters. So let me see if I can get this picture here. Wow. Hang on. I didn't know that the actual accelerator was in that. That doesn't even make sense, but okay, I'm just going to share my screen because that's easier.
Okay.
I think. All right. Okay. And okay, let me know if you can see. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if you can. Whoops, there goes my computer. I don't know if you guys can see the logo or not.
Yeah, I do. I see it. So it's like circles and
so those are sixes. So it's a 6 and it's rotated. So the first 6 is rotated so that the upper part of the 6 is like a horizontal line, and then it rotates like 90 degrees, so that, or not quite 90. You see how it's just rotated. Mm-hmm. So the 6 is rotated. But so yeah, that's their symbol. I think that's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, a lot of people maybe don't, but I think it's kind of strange.
Well, subliminal messages are defined as signals below the absolute threshold level. So that's the absolute threshold level of our conscious awareness. These are messages that are sent to the brain below your conscious processing. So they have distinct impacts on people's thoughts and behavior. They can change your thoughts and behavior. Subliminal messages can change a person's current mood, boost their motivation, and can even alter their political attitudes.
Now, does that, so would that, would like sounds be included in that? Like different?
I believe so. Frequencies.
Yeah, because frequencies can, but there's not really a message necessarily. It doesn't have to be a message in the frequency, though. It can just be.
It could be like in the song. It could be all, I hate you. Like,
well, I know that's what I'm saying is like, I wonder if it's double then, because I know that it can be just the frequency that can affect you. So if there's also messaging and there's the frequency, I wonder if that is,
I believe it is
more of an impact.
So I'm going to show you guys something. So these are some little innocent ones that you guys probably all know about. Like you see the this arrow right here in the middle of the FedEx. That's subliminal.
What arrow?
Right here in the middle of the EX.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I see that.
Breast. Okay, now check this one out, you guys. So the camel's nose. That camel's nose is a little bit kind of like dick shaped. And I think it says it right here, but I can
see that. I don't know if you can say
I think so. I don't know. Maybe not. Dick Van Dyke shaped.
Right.
Then look up here at the Amazon. The Amazon, the arrow is a smile. So we know about those ones, right?
Right. His rocket is a subliminal message. His rocket is a subliminal message, in my opinion. The Jeff Bezos' rocket. You don't know about his rocket?
No.
You've never seen his rocket?
Nope.
Oh my! You gotta Google that right now. Just like Google his.
I will. I totally will. Did
Yeah,
you know that in the Baskin Robbins, there's the 31 for the 31 flavors inside the B and the R?
Oh yeah, I never noticed that.
Now, here's
That's
one
cool.
I didn't know about. Did you know that Toyota is spelled in here, in that Toyota sign?
I see a T-O, but where's...
So I see an A. I see T.
Oh yeah, T-O-Y. I don't see two. Oh yeah, two O's.
I
Oh
guess
yeah,
so.
I see it. Okay.
So that's a trip. So
Yes,
that's a little trip
pretty
for
cool.
you.
That's like that, doing that, drawing that thing without picking up your hand thing.
How do you take this down now? I don't know how to take this down.
Stop sharing, maybe? Are you sharing your screen, or are you presenting?
And so there's that. What do you guys
Coca
think about that?
commercials and cigarette commercials. Yep. Dora the Explorer backwards is Hail Satan.
Yep, I saw that today too.
Wait, what?
When I was doing some research. Yeah.
Wait, Dora the Explorer backwards is Hail Satan. What do you mean?
It is. It really is.
Dora the Explorer backwards. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean.
You know how when we were little and we got the record and we played it backwards, the Ozzy Osbourne, to see if it was satanic? Like that.
Oh, if you play Dora the Explorer backwards, the song?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I came across it today, but I didn't download it because I wasn't sure how to put it on here. But yeah, what are you guys saying about the hot dogs and drink cups at the drive-in? Are those like supposed to be Dick Van Dyke's or something? Anyways, what else is there? A lot of movies. So a lot of the movies that they show on the science fiction channel, the sci-fi network, they're all about post-apocalyptic. That's hard to say. Post-apocalyptic stuff. And that, and maybe, you know, we kind of feel like maybe they're trying to like,
oh, they
bring
do.
that into reality.
They do. I think that they totally, I think that because the thing that I really do believe is I do believe that as human beings, I think that we're very powerful, and we have we have a God spark, and we have the power to create and manifest things. And I think the people that are in power know that. And so, yeah, if they can, right? Who's throwing? Okay, somebody's throwing fruit snacks at me. I said I'm not going to eat it.
No, because I had an extra one.
Okay, why do you have an extra one?
I thought there was 7, but there's actually 8.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's Kiki. So what was I saying? What was I saying? Darn it.
They're the powers that be, that we're powerful.
Well, the powers that be know that. So if they can manipulate us by making us afraid of things, then we will like make it happen because we're all afraid of it and thinking about it. So just know that like all of the time, we're being manipulated on the news and all the stuff that you hear. Don't let it freak you out. Just don't let it freak you out, because yeah.
You know what? I wrote something down. The powers that be, like government or the elite or whatever you want to call them, at some point made a deal or an agreement. Maybe it could even go back to like the ancient, I don't know. It could go way back to ancient knowledge, like Anunnaki and stuff. But I think they made an agreement that they have to show us what they're going to do to us in order for it to be like within the universal laws of them being able to do it.
Right. And I agree with that too, because if you look at it from a worldly sense, like legal standpoint, if they're disclosing stuff, we're agreeing to it because they're disclosing it.
So just by watching it and being entertained by it, that's us okaying it. And that's why they've been doing this to us for so long.
And it's not just with that, it's with everything. So like in real estate, we call this due diligence, right? That means it is your responsibility. It is your due diligence to like do your due diligence, like check into things, look into things, look for yourself. Don't just trust an answer that you're given without looking into it yourself. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you move forward with something, then you chose that because whether it was up to you to read all through all of the lines and everything, right? So you can't say I didn't know about that because you did. Even if you didn't, your action of moving forward says you did. So like it's like that, right? So that's why as people, I think that it is our responsibility to not allow them to trick us like they do. But people literally don't question anything. They're just like, okay,
Believe
okay.
everything that they say. Some people really pride themselves on believing everything and doing everything that the government says. So that's sad.
Right. Nobody
there
should
is
do
some good
everything that anybody says, except for like listen to use your discernment. Like God, I don't. Well, whatever you may believe, right? If whatever it is, there's probably a reason that we're here, and I would think that if you were going to put people somewhere and you weren't going to be able to communicate with them directly, but you had to be able to communicate with them somehow, you would probably stick something inside of them, right? Because then they wouldn't lose it and they'd always have it, but they would have to remember there is something inside of them that they have to use in order to talk to you. So like use your discernment, and like when you see something that looks weird, or if you see something in a movie and then you see it in another movie, and then they're also talking about the same subject in the news, and then you hear another news story that talks about something else, and there's a reason they're talking about it so much. That means that they're getting ready to tell us something that's fake, like the whole UFO thing. They're getting ready to pretend that there was aliens or something, and they're going to use that as a reason to like make some kind of a decision that's going to affect us all. And it wasn't really even something that actually really happened, because if stuff like that actually really happened, there would be way more data than a 25-second little news blip and a really shitty video of something. And then some people saying some shit that doesn't even make any sense, or they have literally nothing to back up anything. And they're not going to just all of a sudden be all, hey, we're going to tell you guys stuff now. No, there's a reason they're doing that. So, just be careful. And it's amusing.
So remember that movie called Wag the Dog? Did you ever see that?
Wag the Dog.
Yeah, it was about it was like a political movie. It was about like somebody running for president, and they like staged this whole war, which is kind of what I think they probably did already too here. They staged this whole war to get the vote for this guy.
Yeah.
That's kind of like I think they're doing that.
Our history, like in the world, people is doing that like all the time. Like that's literally history. So like, why do we think it's weird now suddenly, when that's literally how every war and everything that's ever happened has ever happened? Why do we get all, that's a conspiracy theory, when it's like, no, that's like dude, really?
I know. People, I don't know why people get so offended when somebody says something that's a conspiracy theory or something. And like, I don't know. I mean, everybody is entitled to their own thoughts on it. But people get really offended when you start bringing up conspiracies, and they're true. They're going to all, have they not all come? I mean, slowly but surely come out true. Most of them so far.
Right. I think there's truth in like we always say, I think there's a little bit of truth in everything.
I do too. I think there's truth in everything.
And there's also, you have to use your discernment in trying to find out the truth too, because they also do plant seeds of stuff with the truth people to try to get fake out people there too. So that can happen. Just like you'd be surprised at your discernment and how accurate it gets once you start listening to it. Once you start paying attention to that, it's trippy. And then life kind of becomes like this different, like it's different. I don't know. I see things.
It is different when your eyes are open and you're awake to the fact that things are not as they seem to be. It is different. It changes your whole world. It changes everything.
It makes it amazing, everyone. It makes everything possible.
Some people do not like it. Some people don't like it.
I know. And I want to challenge those people to that are having a hard time with the thought that things are not the way that we have been told, I want to challenge those people. I feel like that
Open your mind.
yes, and I feel like we have been born in a fascinating time where we have literally been born into a lie. I do. I feel like we were born into a lie. And but there's so much about our world that is so amazing and able to be found out just by being you who you are, and like looking at it at and experiencing things for yourself without that like hearing of the world or society trying to cloud your everything with all these different. No, just experience it like without that.
It's time, everybody. It's time to have your own thoughts. It's time to like have your own opinions. We're lucky. This is our time to do this. So I encourage
agree
everybody
with you, Brandy. They are trying to really do that. They are trying to erase it, and it's unfortunate because our children, like I said, the generation that Susie and I are in, we're Gen Xers. Like our generation was born in that time period where we remember what it was like before technology got to where it's at now, and we are here now, and we're at a unique part because our kids, my children, have only remember cell phones. They didn't have like regular, or they didn't have landlines, and they never heard a dial tone like before. That's so they didn't have a card catalog or things like that. So it's like they're not going to remember. All they're going to remember is the stuff that was created digitally. There's not, and anything can be manipulated and changed and erased digitally. I mean, it can be kept.
They would never know.
And they would never
easily know. It could be done very easily too. That's
very, and that's happening actually already, and it's happened they've already erased so much information, so many books, actual books that aren't being found. And again, like what Jason Breshears is doing is he's not just collecting the data. He's like he has the actual books and has the respect and knows what he has, and more people should do that, because I worry about that. I worry about all of our stuff beginning to disappear. But the one thing that they can't take away from you is you and you experiencing things and you learning things, and people are amazing. And if you open yourself up to experiencing and looking at the world as if you haven't seen it before, stop looking at it like you know what it is already, because we don't. When you think you already know what something is, you discount all of the other things that it could be. And literally anything, everything is possible. Whatever we live in, whatever this is, it is some kind of a construct of some kind. Like coding, DNA, our menstrual cycles are like, they're on the same cycle as the lunar cycle. Yet, like, that's coding. When stuff all goes like that, so anything is possible. Literally anything is possible.
And you know what? That goes for everything in like your life. You need to have discernment for everything. People you talk to, things that you do, things that you eat. So like, even if I'm like in a session with somebody and I happen to come across the message, or I'm channeling, I tell everybody, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. I don't know if this is true or not. And anything we say on our show, for sure, like, do your own research. Like, we're just talking. So it's everything. Watch what you're eating. Watch what they're giving you. Like, just have discernment for everything, especially right now. How do we know, Jara, that they didn't do this before, and all the history that we learned in school isn't whack?
Oh, it is. What do you mean? Well, yeah, we don't know that. I think a lot of the history that we learned in school is whack. I'm certain of that, actually. I am certain of that. And I think, like she said, also talk to other people too. So like if you find out something that's cool or crazy or interesting, share that information with someone, because somebody might want to know that. Like I love to find out things. I think it's cool when people tell me stuff. I like that, you know. To
I
me,
do too.
it's fascinating. And it's even just interesting to understand that there was another story, even if that story's not true. To know that there was another side to something is always, you know, there's all kinds of people that we've never even, they never told us about, right? And there's all kinds of questions that we've all asked. And I remember everybody asking the same questions in school. How did they build that castle if we didn't have any electricity? You know,
How did
did
they
they
build
ever
those
answer that
pyramids?
question? No.
Were those pyramids
No, they
already
didn't.
there?
Right, right. Because guess what? I think they didn't build, like they found buildings. They didn't build.
Yep, they were
all
here
that.
already.
There was other people here that was bigger than we are, a lot bigger.
We don't even know the half of it. And you know what? It's like that's what people get afraid of, and that's why they get offended at this stuff, is because they don't want to admit, because sometimes in life you got to let go of everything that you think you know, because
Right.
you just have to. I mean, I had to when I had a spiritual awakening. I still have to every day. There's something that I think I know that wasn't correct, and I discover new things. You have to. It's part of life, and it never stops.
And as scary as one thing might sound, if thinking of the world as a place that you don't know, that you thought you knew, there's a million wondrous things about that scary thing, because you do know this world. You are a part of this. Like you are part of this, whatever this is. You're a part of it, and you know it more than you think you do. So I don't know. Have fun, and I think that if you kind of walk through looking for things, because people always say, of course you're going to find something in this movie. You're always looking for things. You find something in everything. I do find something in everything, because there is something in everything. Everything. There is something in everything, and everything matters. And the elite and the people that rule this world, they know that everything matters. And they know that. They know that. And that's why they put letters and symbols in the way that they do, where they do, when they do. That's why they have their meetings, when they do, where they do, all of those things. That stuff isn't all like a coincidence, or no. They're very
how some of the movie stars cover up one eye, or do some weird shit or something. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, or like black and white checkers on. There's all kinds of symbology.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. In like record covers and stuff like that.
Oh, red shoes, wearing red shoes or something like that means you're a pedophile or something, or you're part of the, I don't know, whatever they do.
What's that one thing? If you have gnomes or something in your yard, it means that you're a swinger or something.
Oh no, it's a flamingo, a pink flamingo.
Oh,
I think that's hilarious. I love it, actually. Whenever I see one, I'm like, ah.
I know, right? I would probably accidentally have something like that.
I want to put one out there just because of that. And I'm not even one. Yet. I'm just kidding. So the Coca-Cola bottle is shaped like a woman's body to make you think of sex. But does it ever make you think of sex? No, not me.
No. Well, I mean, I don't know. Guys, it probably makes guys think, everything makes guys think of sex.
I know, guys are so weird. What else, man?
I'm trying to look and see. I know there's meaning behind every symbol that there is.
All that on the dollar bill. Oh, the Simpsons. How about the Simpsons? The Simpsons have all kinds of subliminal messages in it. How do they know
the Simpsons predicts the future. That's weird. I don't know how that goes or how that works, but
I don't know how they do that either. They've got somebody working for them.
Some of the other, I already closed that. Dang it. I was going to tell them the other movies that came out in 73. One of them was The Exorcist. What was the other one, Susie? Do you remember?
Soylent Green, The Exorcist.
Oh, that one movie, The Holy Mountain. Holy Weird.
Was some weird shit. She played that for me before you guys got on, and we can't play it.
No,
that is
we
weird
can't.
Ass shit. Dude.
Yeah. The Holy Mountain.
What is that about? Like, what was I looking at? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
it was about an alchemist who and a messianic character and 7 materialistic figures who went to seek enlightenment at the holy mountain.
And it was weird. They were like
Yeah.
putting paint on their butts and like
Right.
stamping paintings or something. I don't know what they were doing. They were melting people in a pot. That was weird.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of things in just a short amount of time, and I don't think I can unsee them.
Yeah. You know, the other thing too that I've been looking at too differently is like, I don't know, like mountains and stuff. So I was looking at Camelback Mountain and I was like, oh wait, is that why they call it Camelback Mountain? Because it
looks
does.
like
It looks like a camel's back. I was like,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Maybe it was a giant camel, and
Maybe
it's
it was a giant camel.
Well, they say that some of those some of those mountains that look like tree stumps, like the Devil's Tower in the Encounters of the Fourth Kind or whatever it is, it looks like a tree stump. It could have been a tree stump. It could have been a giant ass tree.
Dude, I stuff like, I don't know if stuff looks like stuff. Just I don't know.
Oh, like that elephant one.
The elephant one, the eye socket of the elephant one.
And then I showed you that alligator one, right?
Oh yeah, you did. The alligator one was cool.
Mm-hmm. So what the hell? How is that? How in the hell is that going to look exactly like an alligator?
I know, right? What?
Oh, I just saw somebody poke their head in.
Oh, that was my husband. Do you need something, babe?
It was a subliminal message.
Scott? Oh, guess not. I think he's on the phone. What was I gonna say?
So that's weird.
Yeah, I think Disney movies have a lot in them. Not just in Aladdin. Remember when it went, take off your clothes? Like when the
yeah, Aladdin has a lot.
I remember hearing that because that was before they took it out, because we had that movie and we used to listen to it. We would rewind it. We used to rewind it and watch remember the 3 men and the baby ghost boy?
Yeah, that was weird. We did that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Susie was like, yeah, we've always been weird. And I was like,
yeah, we just remembered. We're like, hey, we've always been doing weird shit. Like when we have like playing the record backwards, Ozzy Osbourne, like
right.
We were only like 10.
Do you remember that thing we used to do? Crack a feather or crack an egg on your head, feel the yolk running down, crack an egg on the head, or
something like that.
Yeah. Concentrate on what I'm saying. People dying, babies crying. Concentrate.
Yeah, that's crazy. That? People dying and babies
what
crying.
Was that?
Why are we saying that? I don't know. I don't
know. We used to do that. Concentrate on what I'm saying. People dying, babies crying.
We used to draw
crack
our
an egg on your head.
Ouija boards.
Yeah, out of pizza boxes.
We really did, and it got scary a few times. And light as a feather, stiff as a board. I mean,
and that worked. That worked too.
It happened. Yeah, we lifted up our friends with 2 fingers. Yeah. And then we get freaked out and all drop her. Like she's up in the air and all drop her. She'd be boom down on the ground.
I know. Yeah, we don't do stuff like that anymore.
No, not anymore. Like that would freak me out now.
I know. I would never.
I probably wouldn't let my kid do it for sure. I'd be like,
oh no, I would not do that now because I know better.
They should have watched us better. You know, that's what I was
ignorant. We were ignorant doing that.
We were kind of actually. I think we were kind of cool, but I think somebody should have been watching us better. That's all.
Well, we could have done some damage. We probably should have somebody
could have gotten.
But it wasn't. We didn't realize it was real. Like that. Right. We thought it was cool because it worked and it was creepy, but we didn't realize it was real. Like we realize now how it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's real. Well, it's real.
So, yeah, we talked about the Disney. We talked about those old timey ones.
Who in Monsters Inc. says she wants a cigarette during the scene, or she had to
really?
pee? Really? I bet. Oh, I've been thinking about that movie a lot lately. I don't know why.
There's so many, you guys.
I don't know why that movie, for some reason, Monsters Inc. has been popping into my brain a lot.
So, okay, so they're saying like the Super Bowl during halftime, there was a bunch of symbolism.
Oh, that's what I said. And then my family got mad at me and they told me nobody wanted to hear that. And so I stopped saying it. That's what I said,
Yeah.
though. I was going to ask you if you've heard that.
Yeah,
I thought
I'm
there was all
looking
kinds of
at it right now.
symbolism in, like, for, I don't know. I know she was pregnant, but I feel like that there was a lot of symbolism in, like, something that you would see as a thing to, like, a fertility god, because
Ooh.
the dancers look like rabbits to me.
And they're wearing weird outfits.
Right. The colors. And so to me, I don't know. For some reason, I felt like it was a fertility thing, but
Yeah, it was.
that might just because I saw her pregnant. I don't know. So, but it felt like a fertility sign kind of.
Yeah, I
something.
don't like their suits were all plasticky and blood like ish. I don't like it.
Right. And they look, yeah. Yep. I thought that was too.
A lot of songs have subliminal messages in them. Like here's the Door of the Explorer one. A lot of Lady Gaga, I guess, has some crazy shit in it.
A lot of movies that are and TV shows that are like really good, or that are like Netflix miniseries types of deals.
Oh yeah, I bet you a lot
I
of
felt
Netflix.
like 1883 had some, like,
That was
I
a
don't
good
know.
show. That was a
It was a good show. I felt like it had some kind of but I wasn't sure what the message was exactly, but I felt like it was saying something. I don't know if that makes sense.
So in the Santa Claus movie, you know, with Tim Allen, where he falls off the roof and he turns into Santa Claus or whatever.
Mhm.
The little elves spell out Satan instead of Santa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or they're little kids, they're not elves. Tinkerbell, not Tinkerbell 2. Oh. I guess it shows she promoted body dysmorphia in this scene where she's looking at her butt, how it's big in the mirror. Aw. Poor Tink.
Oh man, there's all kinds of, like, I was watching some older movies and there's all kinds of like I don't know, kind of racist like remarks in shows and stuff from the 80s and the 90s, dude.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa. I was watching Rush Hour and I was like, huh. I don't think they'd say stuff like that nowadays. That's kind of, yeah. It's weird how
okay.
stuff changes.
In Hercules, she shows her hoo-ha too. The woman, I don't know who she is.
In what?
I guess her name's Athena or something. In Hercules on Disney.
Oh.
Dickhead. Okay, something about a dickhead also in Hercules.
There's all kinds of phallic symbols on like the Netflix cartoons. Like I noticed.
Oh, what? I just saw it. Yep, it's a dickhead for sure.
What?
Okay, so I guess it's Hades or he gets hit in the head and then he gets a bump that goes straight up and it's, you know what it is. It's like a boner or something on his head.
Oh yeah. Dude, they always made their bumps like that when they bumped things. If you think about it. It always did that.
Squid Game. You know what?
Think about the Monsters Inc. premise. I think this is why I was thinking about Monsters Inc. the other day. For some reason, I was thinking about how
their screams.
Right, it's their dreams and their screams, right? That run the thing, and they don't realize that the laughter they can get more out of laughter than they can out of screams or whatever. And like that just reminded me of like that whole storyline about how like the elite people like to drink babies' blood that are from scared children or whatever.
Yeah, because they're scared. They have to terrify the kids first.
Right, because when we're scared, we secrete a hormone into our bloodstream, right? That apparently, I don't know. I guess some athletes and stuff like that use it that blood it heals you faster or something if it has that hormone in it. And so I was thinking of that, and I was like, isn't that some crap? They made a movie about stuff they're really doing and turned it into a kid movie. Like, I know it's not funny, but like, it's like kind of, yeah.
That's how
Kinda
they're
weird.
getting permission, but by entertaining us with it, that's how they're getting permission to do it.
Right. But it makes you think, you know. It's so funny because it's fascinating because people get so caught up in movies and stories about stuff that they are so certain isn't true.
Mhm.
And it's fed to them by the people that know that there is truth in all of that stuff.
It's right in front
It's
of
weird
everybody's
that they get so caught up in a movie that they think is about something not real, when stuff that's happening in their real life that's real, they won't even, they're just discounting it, and because they're so certain that it's fake because of all these movies they've always watched where that stuff wasn't real. It's genius, like whoever is the person that's running this inside this show, because I know the guy on the outside. I know who that guy is, but the
It's
inside
psychology.
guy,
They're using the subconscious mind because your subconscious mind picks up every single one of those things, you guys, and holds it. Your subconscious mind gets it.
right?
Even if
You
you don't
gotta
notice it. Yeah.
you gotta bring your awareness in, man, because then it's not as easy for them to
Yeah. Be aware. Be aware. Beware.
be aware.
So
What is the difference between beware and be aware? Is that why they just were like, we don't need the extra letter?
there's not really much difference because beware is it basically be aware.
Well, I wonder. That's interesting. I'm gonna look that up. That's the other thing too, you guys. There's hidden meaning in words. There's so many words that like we don't realize that they mean what they like, that the origin of the word means what it does. You know, like a corporation.
Shoot. I wish I could find
is dead.
something.
Like, you
Words
know,
are
why is
spelled
it called?
like morning. Why do you say good morning? Morning
Right.
is morning when you mourn somebody that's dead. The weekend is when you work yourself until you're weak or something like that. The weekend, morning, good morning, and I'm gonna find that. It's too late to find it now, but
Yeah,
there's a
well,
really
there's
cool,
all kinds of
what's
words
it
that
called?
are like
Etymology. Oh God, I can't remember.
etymology. Yeah. Yep, etymology.
Oh, there it is. Okay, maybe you guys will be able to hear it if I find it right now.
Oh, my daughter's watching Rush Hour.
Are you aware of the words coming out of my mouth?
Yeah, could you hear that? That was my grandma loved the movie.
There's this one lady that does a really cool thing with etymology. I can't find it. I'll have to find it for the next show. It's really cool. But she says this whole poem, and it's right there in front of us, you guys. It's just right there in front of us.
Right?
Yep. Words are
Portal
spelled.
goes to other dimensions. I want to know, like, I keep hearing about some people opening portals on the internet or something. I don't know about all that.
What?
I don't know. I don't know if I believe all that. It's so easy to like do stuff now.
Okay.
The
Can I
thing
play
with
the
movies?
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what is it?
It's the etymology lady.
Oh, okay.
What I call our premier life sentence. And
Can you
it
hear
goes
it?
something like this. We awake each morning and go off during the
Can you hear it?
weekdays to earn
Yeah.
a living at various jobs and undertakings until we come to the weekend. And this seems perfectly acceptable to most people. However, more people die between 6 and 9 on a Monday morning than any other time of the week. So I do what I call a translation of the English language, and I spell that Trance, with the idea that words cast spells. So when you translate that life sentence, you remember that awake is a funeral party for the dead. Mourning is the state you're in when you attend awake. And you would have to be in a weekdays to earn the living, since urns are for the ashes of the dead. We call our jobs undertakings. Job itself is a Hebrew word for persecuted. And what we get at the end of this perverse bargain with life is the weak end of the deal as we become progressively weakened ourselves. And so our most prevalent greeting to each other is hello, the reverse of which is, oh hell. And at first, I suspected the hands of collusion entangling the language to foster illusion. And I think it's quite true that a culture's theology has a great deal to do with a word's etymology and how it evolves over time to combine incompatible meanings that may undermine the original thoughts it was meant to define. But now, I don't think it's planned, for the thing that I've found is that like concepts can gravitate toward the same sound and vibrate at the rate that our thoughts designate. Because words are electromagnetic vibrations whose fine alphabetic tintinnabulations can take on the tint of our true expectations, which they then imprint on our metal of mind, causing sounds to adhere when they're of the same kind.
What do you think of that?
I think she is smart and correct. Correct.
Pretty cool.
That's funny how it kind of messed up when she was like, our voices are electromagnetic, and it's all blah, blah, blah. Yep.
Well,
Yep. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I don't know. Like, just remember that there are people in this world that know what this world really is. They know.
have an open mind. Don't think you know everything, because one day you're going to have to forget everything you know and relearn something else. Okay, so
yes.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, just don't take everything you hear with a grain of salt, because a lot of the times it's not as like. Oh, I also want to say, climate change is normal because Earth goes through different cycles, and everybody who is alive on this Earth has been alive for less than 120 years. So, yeah, climate change is normal.
Yeah, nobody can say they know because nobody's been here that long.
Because they're talking about blocking out the sun because they think it's too hot.
Well,
heat comes from under the ground as well, people. Heat also comes from under the ground. And if you check out Arizona on Google Earth, you can see all the volcanic activity signs everywhere.
They taught us to not look at the sun, and they taught us that the sun is so dangerous. But really, do you know that the sun recharges your body and it makes you healthy?
I actually, I look at this. I don't try to not look at the sun anymore. I don't stare at the sun, but I don't try to not look at it just because I don't believe.
There's actually a thing called
I literally don't believe anything they say.
So grounding is real.
Yes.
Grounding is real. You have to put your feet on the ground because that is real, you guys. We are electric and the earth is electric, and we can transmute energy to each other, and we need to actually. That's why people are so unbalanced, you guys. But that's
we do have a relationship with the trees and the plants around us energetically. They can feel us, and if you can feel them too, you just don't realize it.
The trees are the messengers of the earth, you guys. But that's a whole nother show, and it is time to say goodbye. And thank you for joining us, and thank you for hanging out with us. If you're new here, please hit the like button on your way out, subscribe, share the live,
and join us for a conversation. We always welcome people to please come on. She always puts the link in the chat, and we love to listen to other people's ideas and thoughts and things. So,
Jara, you're amazing.
So are you. I need to come and see you in person. I feel like we haven't seen each other in a minute.
We will. I'm not going out of town this weekend because I got a birthday party to go to, and I'm staying in town, even though it's hot as heck. Did you feel how hot it is outside?
I know. My poor baby has cheer camp tomorrow, and it's going to be so hot. I know.
I think it's
Good
still like
night.
still 103 degrees right now.
CBB was in here. Good night, guys.
Oh, TVB, I
I'll
didn't
be,
know you were
40,
in
I'll be
here.
45 the next time I see y'all.
Oh my God, Tara's birthday's coming.
45. Yep.
It's
I'll be
45.
45. I'll
All
be
right,
half
you guys.
93.
I love you all. Jara, I love you very, very, very much.
Love
And
you
I gotta
too. Everybody
And
have a wonderful night.
come
Good
back
night.
next
All right.
And-
Bye-bye.
Bye.